Okay, folks, as horribly painful as that is to restart the entire computer to get everything back and working together on the same page, I did it, so we're back here. Please hold. Just need to start up DCS now and hope nothing else breaks. Okay, so hang on here. Why is this defaulted on a completely different fucking... Yeah, Huh. That's rather annoying. I'm gonna hope that if I start up DCS that Liv will just go back to the way I've been using it, because that shouldn't have actually broke it all. I'm gonna hope. I'm really gonna hope. One technical problem after another, I swear. But I suppose at the end of the day, this is VR, the most janky of all current hardware SKUs. Business as usual, I guess. And DCS takes about 50 billion years to actually start up, which is unfortunate. But, oh well. It's not a smooth transition, not at all. There we go, finally got it. Now you better load DCS's profile that I actually gave you. Oh my god. Okay, so Liv has decided to delete all of my previous presets for where the chat window is. That is exceptionally annoying. Because I had it perfect. I had it sitting basically right where I wanted it, but oh well. Of course. Well, now what am I going to do with that one? I guess it's up there, but yeah, that's going to be kind of obstructive. Huh. Hmm. Oh, well, now where's it gone now? God damn it. Well, I guess that's good enough for today, and I'm gonna have to reset that entire goddamn thing. I could set it to world position, but then I actually have to go find the damn thing, which, not for today. Okay, so we'll just turn down the opacity, I suppose. I'll work with that. That is really goddamn annoying, I swear. Okay, we'll just have to deal with that. Okay, right. That will just have to do. It's gonna be kind of weird over there, but at least I can see through it if I absolutely have to. Okay, just a flick of the reset, and now we can actually play finally. Good lord. Okay. Okay, so there's DCS, well, the audio, and now if I drop this card, we should see. Yes, good. Fantastic. That's what it looks like when it's actually running properly, though the window cropping is kind of weird in recordings, but that does look alright. But, okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally, after multiple technical failures here, welcome back to DCS. So, over the weekend, Southern Bear was nice enough to drop the F-14 Tomcat directly on my head, which is quite expensive, and I'm very thankful for that. But also means I have to learn to fly in a completely new plane. However, I've been trying my damnedest. However, the F-14 is quite possibly the most detailed and autistic model in this entire game currently. It is the clickiest of all pits, as I will show you. So, let's go do that. Get the VR headset actually on and attached, so there we go. Alright, where is the mouse? There's the mouse. Not on the window. There we go. Okay, so for the sake of amusement, let's see here. Instant action here. I believe there is a... Okay, take off. I believe there is... Case 1 requires super carrier module. I believe I have that? I'm not sure if that actually comes with it. Let's see, hang on a minute here. Now... Case 1 is the basic takeoff procedure for carrier launch in the F-14. It basically means get on the catapult, idiot. Once you come off the catapult, just kind of jangle to the right a little bit to clear the active airspace, and then continue on course. I'm not exactly an expert at carrier takeoffs yet, but I'm learning. I've done it before once. And, on top of that, I have not actually landed this plane once. I've been kind of fiddling around trying to figure out the, the startup order, and then, figuring out exactly, what the controls are like, and what do I really want out of the aircraft, and then, Case 1 recovery. That's landing. Whoa, hang on here. Whoa! Not yet. Jesus goddamn Christ, not yet, but, yeah, isn't this nice looking? You see it's still cropping on the sides. That's actually kind of annoying. That shouldn't be doing that, but I guess that's just DCS, really. That's weird. Okay, but, I will get to slam... there will be, no doubts, a tremendous amount of slamming directly into the carrier deck. And, I hope that's working up there. It doesn't seem to be displaying any of the stats, and that's kind of strange. Quick test here. It's not working at all. I wonder why. I wonder why. Could it be because I'm completely logged out of my Twitch channel for some bizarre reason? Yeah, log in. Yeah, that's the problem. Hold on. I don't know why the fuck I was logged out. Okay, that's probably why I don't have any profiles or anything. Right? No, it still doesn't want to load those. Oh, what a troublesome program. Okay. Let's see, chat alerts enabled. Clock. RPM. Live time. Hours and minutes. Timestamps. No, but yeah, no, okay. So that should be working now. I sincerely hope. Okay, so it is actually connected now. Okay. Swear to God, everything just decided to break on me. But okay, so, not landing. Not landing just yet. And I continue to put this off, but it is something I'm going to have to learn. Let's start with just takeoff first. Though I should have been thinking of that beforehand, I suppose. Okay, so instant action here. It would be, well, there's takeoff, but it might be, Case 1 carrier cover. Case 1 carrier quals. Okay, so refuel, flight, recover, air-to-air refueling practice. That's something I'm gonna have to learn too. Dear God, that's gonna be even more of a complicated mess than actually, landing on a carrier as well. Okay, so I suppose these are case 1. Well, Alright, so let's see what takeoff is, just for the sake of it. It's probably carrier-based takeoff. Probably. It'd be kind of annoying if it was ground-based takeoff. But she's a carrier plane, so you would want to think that when they say take off, you're actually taking off. There was a tutorial for this one, but I just actually want the instant action for it, which they have numerous of. Nope, it's a runway. That's what I figured, and I'm also already started up too. Damn. I returned from beverage. Well, hello, a dancing fool. Yeah, don't worry, you didn't miss anything aside from me bumbling around with multiple technical failures. So let's see here. Free flight, cold start, landing, dogfight, case 1 carrier recovery. Case 1 that was landing though, which was weird. You'd think case 1 recovery and that huh? Okay, so let's just say carrier recovery, because I clicked on the other case 1 and that was landing. Is this the takeoff procedure? Well, is this the what you call it, the instant action where I could just practice taking off from a carrier? No, that's landing, obviously. Which I'm actually going to do the training feature for, because I haven't actually done that tutorial yet. Okay, so instant action here. Case 1 carrier recovery, obviously. Case 3 would be terrible weather, if I remember correctly. But I already clicked on this, and this is already also landing. Have I encountered some strange duplication of missions? That's very weird. Yeah, that's also landing. Huh? Okay, I'm not a Navy person, so I wouldn't know all of the lingo and designations or, what you call terms for carrier, takeoff, and, and landing, but, you'd think that recovery would be self-explanatory, but that's weird. Okay, so, case 3, carrier qualifications. I want to think that they wouldn't have three of the exact same mission, would they? They wouldn't have 3 case 1 landing missions, would they? They wouldn't do that, would they? Yes, they would. Take off and fly. Your aircraft's been loaded with enough fuel to perform case 1 procedures. Take off and fly out. Sir, I'm already in the air. That is, Infield 1, on station at Bullseye 2-4. Huh? You, huh. That's utterly bizarre, really. They have 3 different missions where you none of them are takeoff on a carrier. So what I miss? Me being absolutely fucking, like, befuddled by whatever the hell's going on here. For some bizarre reason, there are 3 missions where you are already in the air landing on a carrier rather than just having you start on the carrier. Aside from, obviously, cold start, but that might put you on a runway, too, which is also bizarre. But I guess, oh well, I guess we'll start with that. Because I know this one puts you on a runway, which is kind of strange. You'd think that have a mission like this set out, that I'd start on a carrier, do the it'd be as easy as cold start carrier. You'd think. That's very strange. I haven't actually delved into a lot of these missions. I've been basically screwing around with the plane itself, and then obviously going through YouTube videos of people explaining the takeoff procedure, or rather the accelerated takeoff procedure, because unfortunately, pre-flight checks are unnecessary in video games because we know every single time that this aircraft is 100% functioning. You could play pretend if you want to, but you're never going to find anything. It's never going to happen. But so to I suppose showcase that I actually know how to start the plane and take off, we'll do this. So, all right. So first off, she doesn't have anything in her that actually starts the plane by itself. So you got the crank there, but she needs to be basically hooked up to life support in order to start. So we need the ground crew to actually hook up electrical and oxygen.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
And I figured out you can actually click those with the mouse.
Copy.
So, air supply.
Ground power is ground air supply.
Okay. So,
Copy.
it's ground and
Ground
air.
supply is now connected.
First thing we want to do, because it's the biggest bitch in the world, is air supply, rather oxygen on, and then hot mic. And then we summon Jester.
Roger that. ICS comm check. Can you hear me? Roger.
Is this the Tomcat? Yes, it is the Tomcat. But also, now Jester has begun the Rio phase of the startup phase, which is if we just hit the 2.
On the ejection seat.
If we hit the 2 button back here, yeah, the Rio seat is a wonderful array of buttons and knobs, and I have no idea what any of this shit does, aside from the fact that I need it to actually do anything. But, so, arm the ejection seat, which is up there.
Closing canopy.
That'll give your neck a workout. But, canopy close.
Alright, ready to start.
Okay, then we gotta start the engines. Which, right engine first, which I'm completely going off of the established tutorials, pre-flight checklist and startup phases, or startup procedure, because most of it is checks that don't need to happen. One day I'll work up to being that autistic, though. But right, so, right engine first. We wait for the RPM to spool up to 20%, I believe. The RPM down there, and also I have a mod to make all the everything bigger because you can't see it vanilla. Right, so there's that, and then right stick in. Alright, wait for that to spool up. And while we're doing that, we can do literally everything else, so TACAN on. UHF receiver to both. I think we have to wait for the entire engine to be started up before we go to the wacky stabilizer. I think that's probably better. Okay, so that's the right engine on, now the left engine. And yes, basically every knob in here does something. Welcome to the clickiest pit on the line. So, right. It's left engine at RPM, and then click. No, that's not what I wanted to press, but VR gets kind of fucky like that sometimes. Okay, so that's left engine good. Let that spool up in the RPM here. Okay, there's only one single solitary switch that you actually 2. But I'll wait until the engines are properly started before I actually do any of that. I'm not exactly sure when you can do what, and also that chat is over there now. Okay, whatever. And it's following my head in a really bizarre fashion. Okay, that's all started up here. So, stabilize, augmentation, pitch, roll, yaw. I don't think I need anything else, but there's the knob to to make the Sidewinder growl quieter. Or louder and quieter, which is fun, because, yeah, you would want to know where that button is. Okay, so I believe that is everything else on that panel. And then there is the radar. Or rather, power switch, I believe. I don't actually remember what the hell that is. That's not the radar. That's back there. But I don't exactly know what that is, but I know it needs to be on. But I believe that none of these switches you actually have to hit at all. Unless you're doing pre-flight checks. So, there's that. And then, well, we have to turn the HUD on. So, VDI, HUD, and HSD. And if we switch the HSD to TID, we can see that that is the progress there, that little arrow that's going to be moving from left to right. You saw it there. That's the process for configuring the INS, and that's Jester's doing back there. It takes about 9 minutes. I shit you not. You actually have to sit here for 9 minutes and actually let that go. So I believe that's actually, well, aside from actually the other things. So well, the actual wonders that are the all the locked-in gauges. So uncage the ADI, and that's already level. Uncage the altimeter, and then put it up to 300, and then test it just for the sake of showing what it does. That's the you're too low, you moron warning. And then let me unlock the altimeter by holding that until the standby flag goes away. Alright, so I'm doing a lot of this out of order, but, well, I'm fairly certain I'm getting most of the things correct. Now, I'm pretty sure that we no longer need the ground power, but I'm going to check the wings before we do that. Right, so the procedure is move this up to about there. And wait a second. And then we'll move it all the way up. And then the wings sweep forward. And then we push it in, and then close that, hit the master reset, and then hit a button that is actually set to automatic, which isn't actually anywhere. I know it's a button here, but I have no idea where it is, so I had to bind to it, so I think it's right, that button. So that's automatic sweep, which the wings will now extend to their takeoff position. Okay, so the flaps work fine. All right, you have to, well, that what am I doing for that? That's the flap lever. Flaps down, flaps up. And I think that's it aside from the INS. Also, I have to hit the, I think I hit that, but just to hit it again. Because every time you fuck with the auto sweep, you have to hit the master reset so the system actually acknowledges what the fuck's going up. So, I think the air source needs to be turned to both engines, and now we can disconnect everything else because we no longer need the ground power and electrical.
Turn off the ground power. Copy. Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Alright. Alright, with that done, we're basically done, and now we have to wait until the INS configures. So basically we have to watch that bar go all the way to the front. I'm not sure why that just blinked now. I didn't do anything. But it's probably because the INS is going. Because as you can see, the compass is spinning round and around and around and around. More or less what the system is doing is establishing the Tomcat's position so we can actually track it properly. The aircraft has to sit still, powered up for the internals to figure out, oh, I'm here. Okay, so when I start moving, I'll be over there. And also back there, Jester is plugging in the nav points for whatever mission that we're doing. Rio's got a lot of work to do in this thing, it's just not flying the plane, but that's kind of the idea for the Tomcat. Everything that isn't flying the plane is in the back seat, and everything regarding flying the plane is in the front seat. So, But also, we can continue to amuse ourselves by clicking things. Click. Click. I don't want to fuck with any of these panels, since I don't know what they do in terms of fucking with things, but we can fuck with the lights. Red. HUD trim. I don't know what HUD trim actually does. But there's the brightness knob. There's a VDI brightness, which is the center screen. And then there's the contrast for the TV mode, which you use to track targets on the ground and in the air. Mostly in the air. So you can watch the missile slam directly into the fucker you just shot at. So that's the contrast. Then there's the brightness for everything down here as well. Also, there's the light panel down over there where you can adjust the lights of basically everything. And I think I want to... the ACM, which is this. I can't make that any brighter. Okay. That's the red light on all the instruments, I think. I'm not quite sure which lights those are. And the formation lights, I'm assuming those are the outboard lights. You have to turn those actually on. And the INS is configured, and Jester will tell us when he's actually fucking done. And then we have released the parking brake, and away we go.
Ready to taxi.
Roger. Then we release the parking brake. Turn on nose gear steering, which is nose wheel steering, right over there. Get it right there because it's in the right eye. Which is another button that's probably here somewhere, but they didn't tell me which one which one it is on the stick, and my stick doesn't have that many buttons. So, all right, so we're ready to go. So I'm assuming, let's see here, just be quaint about it and actually, okay. Actually, they've already probably given us. So, I think they've given us permission to taxi already. So they're going to give us permission to take off as soon as we start rolling. So let's just put the throttle just a little bit forward. Or they'll just say now as soon as we start moving. Alright, okay, so taxi on down the runway since I've done this part at least. So that was the incredibly brief, disorganized, but essential turn this on to get the plane to go checklist. Which is what probably a lot of people use. I haven't referenced every single YouTube video about this. I'm probably going to have to just to be sure about it, but she hasn't exploded in midair yet by using this checklist, so we'll see about that. However, I've never actually ran a mission after taking off. So we'll see about that. Okay. Also, she's got a very, very responsive nose gear. Unfortunately, I let her slip a little bit too much there. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to go past this runway to the other runway. Not the smoothest turn in the world, but oh well. There's nobody here. Oh, so she just does not want to stay going there. I'm still getting used to how much force is, enough force or too much force, too little force here on the throttle on the ground, but I feel like that's a little bit too much. Also help if I had an actual physical throttle, but there it is, runway 24. Okay, we are cleared for takeoff and on the runway. Okay, get rid of that. And, wings are swept to full. Now, I'm not sure if this is the actual takeoff procedure here, but flaps forward, obviously. Well, flaps down. Usually you don't take off from a land base in a Tomcat. You usually just shunted forward. So I believe full flaps is normal procedure for that, though. But okay, so let's treat her a little bit like the Eagle and give her a little bit of break. There we go. Let off right as she starts to move. Okay. Pitch the nose up a little bit. Not too much, not too much. And she's in the air. Okay. But also, hey! Oh, not that one. Haha! Physical. Haha! Physical interface. I don't need to use keys for that. I have the actual switches, levers, and knobs. Pop a bit. I'll be back soon. See you later, Martin. But, right. So, we are in the air. And that was, like I said, the incredibly simplified and disorderly startup procedure. However, the gears didn't go up. And what now? What now? Well, the flaps are up. What's wrong with the gears? Oh. Did I have to push that in, or did I actually jam the gears? Huh? Huh. Okay, so now if I do... Now, what if I press G? They don't respond. Okay, what if I unlock this? Okay, it functions. I think I might have jammed the gears. Also, I'm stalling. I wanted to slow down a bit in order to actually figure out exactly what the fuck was going on here, but I think, yeah, I jammed the gears by taking off too fast. Huh! Remember, folks, incredibly new at this. So, now that we fucked that up, clearly we're ready to take him on a mission, aren't we? Or try and land this fucking thing. Right, I'm still trying to figure out the speed tolerances for everything, so maybe I should actually do the takeoff procedure tutorial rather than, you know, just a startup. But I learned in a kind of a spastic way. At least I can shoot things. I can totally kill once I get up in the air in one fucking piece. Alright, so there's that. But, just to see what we can do... Well, actually, go to Mission Editor. Right, because I managed to modify one of the F-15 missions that we are very familiar with. Or rather, I am very familiar with. I think I played it a couple of times on stream as well. To showcase what the hell the Tomcat is actually pretty good at. Now, I believe I have the A model selected, which I'm actually finding more comfortable because she has a habit of not overspeeding and then snapping her wings off with abrupt turns. Right, so what we're going to do is, we're going to jam on them Phoenixes. Which, evidently, she doesn't have... That's funny. She doesn't have a preset for... Well, she doesn't have a preset for the Mark 60As, which are the better and... Well, I think the preferred model of Phoenix here, because it has the most range, longest burn time. I don't actually know the specifics between this and the C. I just know, well, this model and the C model. I just know that this model has a much larger, much longer burn time, and, exactly. Welcome, sir. Thank you for the follow. But, yeah, no, I just know that the Phoenixes have a much longer burn time. Well, the Mark 60s have a longer burn time than the other Phoenixes. Still very, 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 very new at this plane. But this is the one game where you got a lot to learn about a single plane. So, let's just run this just so I can demonstrate exactly what the hell we're getting when we actually, get up in the air. So this is why getting up in the air is actually important. I could play the other missions, though, but, yeah, well, I'm still feeling around just trying to be familiar with it. Putting it in a situation I already know and judging it between what I know in the F-15C and what this thing can do. But this thing can do a lot. Oh, fuck, this thing can do a lot. And one of the things we're going to do is one of the things it does well is we're going to start right off the bat. Each plane is like learning a whole new game. Exactly, and this is the most complicated plane in the game at least one of the most detailed. Full fidelity modules are a fucking trip. But, right, so. Let's start here, give us enough thrust to maintain where we are. We're in the A model with the T-30s, which are underpowered, but I feel like are a little bit better for the aircraft because it's kind of hard to break the aircraft with them. Let's turn on the TID and see what Jester sees. Seems that we have 4 aircraft. Way out there. Perhaps we should shoot at them.
There is a Bandit 4-ship. Raw 320, 79 miles.
79 nautical miles away. We can shoot that. So, master arm on. Set the stick all the way up and then click in for Phoenixes. Manual. But, so, give her a little bit more gas here because we want to be going as fast as possible when we launch these fucking things. Dude, the Mirage is way more complicated than this thing.
Friendly.
Oh well.
1 mile.
Well, see, I don't hear many people talking about the Mirage. Everybody's running their mouth about the Tomcat. But okay, so 400 knots, and I think that's pretty much the best we're going to get out of the A model. We can creep up to about 5, but we do want to actually launch the missiles before they actually have a chance to actually respawn. So we're automatically in track well scan. If you saw me play the Eagle, you know what track well scan is, and that is, I can shoot you and you don't actually see me yet. So, Fox 3. Missile away. Missile away. Missile away. And missile away. And that is 4. And if we look all the way down here,
12 o'clock. Break left.
I think he just ID'd my own missiles here. But if we look down here, we see numbers counting down next to all those targets. You see 1, well, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's funny. I guess it might be their altitude. I don't know what the left number means, but the right number would signify their order on the lock. And then the number counting down is how much time they have left before their untimely demise. Let's watch.
We have a friendly E3, 11 o'clock, 11 miles.
And this is what the Tomcat can do way fucking better than the F-15 because you have missiles that can hit people at... Well, the optimal range is 50 nautical miles, but you could hit people approaching 100. If you're lucky. So, 10, 9, 8, 7,
Okay, let's do this.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, it looks like the first one trashed. Did the second one trash?
1 o'clock.
The second one didn't trash.
Shit, spike, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock, mid there. Okay. The blackjacks are probably gonna get slapped.
Missile launch, 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Break left.
Backfires, my bad, right? And that's both backfires, so that's 3 kills before they even really had a chance to shoot it back at me. So let's go a little defensive here and just kind of drop some players here. A little bit more. I'm fairly certain that won't actually get anywhere near me. The missile's gonna run out of fuel way before it actually becomes a threat. I play Rio now too often, so seeing Jester now hurts me. Well, unfortunately, I don't have someone sitting, at my beck and call to be my Rio. I unfortunately do not have an anime-made waifu to be my fucking Rio. As great as that would be, it ain't gonna happen just yet. But there's that fucker, and he's probably looking at me because he still has a missile launch, and... Huh, there's another one. Okay.
Spike, 3 o'clock.
Okay, it looks like we broke the lock. I'm gonna get a little close, though. Okay, we're gonna crank it around this direction. Very, very carefully, not to snap the wings off. And he still got us locked. Okay. Slow that down just a little bit, just in case we need to make a sharp turn. Yeah, he's gonna launch a missile on us. This is gonna be an interesting merge. Okay. Sidewinder. Shit.
Flogger, 11 o'clock high, 1 mile.
Okay,
We're at
trash.
1:30.
Alright, you son of a bitch. Let's go.
6 o'clock high.
400.
400.
Alright, good. And that's what Jester's good at, telling me where my speed is so I don't accidentally stall the fucking plane. Alright, and... Uncage.
12 sharp.
Alright, wait for the friendly to get the fuck out of there. Hello, sir.
Take him out.
Right, good. Okay. Give it a little bit of lead and Fox 2. He flared, but that missile's going so far ahead it probably is going to slap him right in the face. Come on, baby. There you go. Splash.
Bandit is down.
Okay, that's the first wave eliminated. Look, dude, I have no fucking clue where Jester looks to seat your airspeed. Actually, I know this. So Sydney shows me this. It's right there. So right next to the altimeter over here, which is kind of funny because Sydney pointed it out, you know, who's much more experienced at DCS than I am and actually has time in a Rio. Jester's superhuman because he can track a target over here while looking at the speed. So Jester is magic back there. But yeah, that's where the speed indicator is. Jester has HMD confirmed. Yes, magic. Magical comedian. But that's the first wave of attackers destroyed. With essentially, well, there was a little bit of effort. One guy shot at us. But okay, so we're going to go back to our Phoenixes, and we have 2 more of them. And we're also going to tell dipshit out there. Let's delete. Okay.
Flight. Engage bandits.
Actually attack. Also, we're slow as fuck. Let's get this fucking party going. I didn't accidentally deploy the air brake or anything like that. No, okay. Just really fucking slow. Let's go. It's just the fucking T-30s. So Jester, you gonna lock anything over there today? Actually, no, wait. Wait, no, I'm facing the wrong fucking way. I see that guy, but I'm wondering what the fuck. There it is, okay. Right, so northwest, I was pointing northeast. Alright, so Jester, can you see anything out there with your magic eyeballs? Because okay, Jester locking anything without being told is hilarious as shit sometimes. Because he'll either TWS SST and not tell you about it, or lock everyone in a 60-mile radius. He's an angry man. He wants to kill everybody. But there we go. Okay. Right. So we've got 2 missiles and we've got 4 targets. I think it's going to primary the actual fighters in this escort. But oh well.
Oh, shit. We've got a bandit 3-ship, Bra 325, 60 miles.
That's close enough. Fox 3. Okay, so 2 Phoenixes out. I'm hoping that's primarying the MiGs, but 93 seconds. Let's slow this down here because these engines are going to give us a bitch. A bitch of a fucking time if we keep speeding in on the burners. And we also kind of need to pull a little bit over here. Because the Flogger merge was concerning. Merging with Fulcrums is considerably more fucking dangerous. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. No radar lock, so I don't even think they actually know we're even up here. I don't know where 2 is on this ship here, but he's hucking Phoenixes at them.
11 o'clock.
And
nails 12 o'clock.
they know, and it looks like the missile has gone active on the first target. 10 seconds to impact. Second missile has gone active. And 2 is just cracking Phoenixes out here, which is exactly what I want to do. And 0. Splash. Splash. Oh, fuck. I think 2 just knocked them all out.
11 o'clock. Break right.
No, I think there might be one more in there.
I have a strike. 11 o'clock.
No, we got somebody in there. I think. 352. That's all the way over there. Where the fuck are you seeing over there? Okay, he's right below us.
Wilco.
Can you lock him?
He's locked. Target 32 miles. We locked with buddy. Missile 12 o'clock. Break right.
I think that's number 2 down there, but no, he's fighting, so...
Roger.
Where the fuck is he?
I've got a lock. Damn it, I lost lock.
Okay, he's out there.
I can't, no can do.
There was a lock out there, Jester, my man.
Copy that. Got him locked. Watch it, friendly.
Yeah, that's a...
MiG-29. Target, 12 miles.
Oh, there he is. There we go.
Switching to PSTT.
Oh, that's running directly into a merge. Okay, this is going to be kind of chancy. All right, you son of a bitch. That's 10 miles. Back! Back, you hungry Bolshevik! Back! Uh-oh. Break, 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 break. And that didn't...
Oh, come on, I lost the lock.
That didn't even get close. Oh, no, I'm passing in front of his frontal arc. Oh, no, he turned away. I did not want him to turn that way.
Shit, it missed.
Oh, that's close. Oh, that's very close. Oh.
350. 4 o'clock low. He's coming left. 320.
Oh, that's a
9
stall.
o'clock high. Speed 220. Speed's 290. 4 o'clock high.
Uh-oh, shit.
Missile launch. 3 o'clock high. Hot.
Uh-oh. Don't! Yep, that's us. I stalled. Oof! Oh, no! Well... They want eject. A Jester. Oh no! Canopy got stuck. Oof. But, whoops. That, unfortunately, was, well, my Sidewinder didn't track, and then, I stalled in a turn. You see, I'm still managing throttle here, and then, yeah, no, the F-14 requires a shitload of throttle management. You need to be on that shit all the time, and I'm still kind of trying to, like, keep her from over-accelerating, but she kind of can't in a turn. At least the A can't. The B can overturn to the point where if you jerk too hard like I did before, right before I stalled, you will pop the wings off doing that. But, still trying to balance exactly, what's good for what's not. And it seems like you can just kind of keep the burner on with the A all the damn time. And if you go into a turn, you will slow down enough to keep it like 500-600 knots. And that's kind of what you need. Popping wings off is tactical. Yes, for speed. Yes, you don't. Obviously, the faster you accelerate, the less you need the wings. But, well. So, still learning the bitch. And, well. See. I'm responsible for 6 of those 7 kills. So, yeah, 2 only got 1. And we took out most of the enemy force there. So, well, not as good as a clean sweep and an eagle, but, well, I got to take out most of those enemies from, well, they couldn't even shoot back, which is the thing about the Tomcat. The thing about the Tomcat is that you have Phoenixes, that's it. You also have an incredibly powerful radar, and, well, when it's manned properly, you're basically the eyeball of God. You can kill at least 1 aircraft with it in a 1 in a million chance. Well, if you pop the wings off and slam it into them. I've actually rammed, using the F-15 active, I actually rammed a MiG, and my wing stayed on, and his didn't. I was totally fine after that, which is hilarious to me. But, so, there's that. But what I wanted to do today is actually go in and actually do that landing tutorial, because good God, I have absolutely no fucking idea how to actually, land. But there's the Case 1 takeoff. I suppose I should be doing that, since I already know how to cold start. So I should basically do this just for the sake of doing it properly. Because it's very simple, you just kind of waltz up to the catapult and hit U. It's actually even easier than it is in real life, because you kind of just magnet to the fucking, the catapult. The wonders of video game contrivances. also got to give the salute to Tom. Yeah, you hit U to connect, and then you hit Shift U when you're ready. It's very simple, actually. So yeah, actually, so, right, so taking off from the angled deck, you kind of just jink left. If you're going off the front, you jink right for a bit, and then you kind of straighten out, and then nobody runs into anybody. But, right, so.
Good morning, pilot. Today you will learn how to launch the F-14B Tomcat from a carrier. Today's procedure will be according to the Case 1 departure pattern. You should consult the briefing diagram before the flight.
Okay, yeah, so get on the shake a bit to the left or right.
Used during fair weather conditions. After launch, you will execute a clearing turn away from the carrier with a 20-degree heading change, and then turn back towards the ship's base recovery course, or BRC. You will maintain 500 feet or below and an airspeed of about 300 knots. At a distance of 7 nautical miles from the carrier, you are free to climb and proceed onto your mission. This pattern will allow deconfliction with recovering and circling aircraft around the carrier. Tune the TACAN to 74 X-ray and make sure the TACAN is selected as the steering source on the PDCP. You may now turn the course knob on your HSD to correspond to the ship's BRC, which will aid you in keeping the correct radial from the ship during the departure. In this case, the BRC is 325 degrees.
Now, let's see here.
Note that your HUD and BDI, as well as BDHI, may indicate deviations as large as 30 degrees. This is due to the carrier's magnetic field. This disturbs our instruments and can vary depending on our position on the ship. The magnetic deviation will clear by itself shortly after takeoff, or by pressing and holding the heading knob on the compass control panel while flying straight and level.
Now,
Spacebar to continue.
you see, this is the annoying part because, yeah, that dial down there, that's a lot of things on that dial.
It doesn't tell me what any of the settings are.
So, tutorial, you want to re-explain that one? Because, I can't actually edit any of this. Because I know what I'm supposed to do, and I kind of accidentally did it the first time I actually looked at this tutorial. So, do you want to explain what that knob is? No, unfortunately, we cannot rely on Jester for this. There it is. Okay. Lost track of the knob, but that will not move. It's funny, because I accidentally did this before. Okay, hang on. Or failing the tutorial from step 1, because these tutorials aren't really all that great. Because they actually they just kind of, they're not really teaching, they're kind of, oh, you understand this, right? You've played flight simulators before. What if that's a no? I don't feel like they're very user-friendly for someone who literally doesn't actually know what any of this shit looks like. Let's try that again, folks.
So, I can flip that, but didn't tell me.
Good morning, pilot. Today you will learn how to launch the F-14B Tomcat from a carrier. Today's procedure.
Plus
will be
Windows key
according
and
to the
home.
Case
No,
1 departure
I'm going to
pattern.
learn.
You should consult the briefing diagram before the flight. The Case 1 departure from the carrier is used during fair weather conditions. After launch, you will execute a clearing turn away from the carrier with a 20-degree heading change, and then turn back towards the ship's base recovery course, or BRC. You will maintain 500 feet or below and an airspeed of about 300 knots.
But if you're gonna hit the auto starter, what was the point of making the cockpit this detailed?
This pattern will allow deconfliction with recovering and circling aircraft around the carrier.
Infield 1.
Tune the TACAN to 74 X-ray and make sure the TACAN is selected as the steering source on the PDCP. You may now turn the course knob on your HSD to correspond to the ship's BRC,
74X.
which will aid you in keeping the correct radial from the ship during the departure. In this case, the BRC is 325 degrees. Note that your HUD and VDI, as well as BDHI, may indicate deviations as large as 30 degrees. This is due to the carrier's magnetic field.
I physically cannot see the selector.
Vary depending on our position on the ship. The magnetic deviation will clear by itself shortly after takeoff, or by pressing and holding the heading knob on the compass control panel while flying straight and level. Press spacebar to continue.
Okay, there's a 7 down there.
I think. I physically cannot read any of this, and it's funny, this is optimized for VR, and I have to use a mod to see any of this shit.
But okay.
Bah, I'm sure it's nothing.
You will launch off of Catapult 3 on the waist, just like the Tomcat to your left. Turn on nose wheel steering and taxi up behind the catapult. You can use differential braking to reduce the turn radius. You will have to carefully line up the aircraft with the catapult track to avoid any problems during launch. Line up the red marks on the side of the ship with your left shoulder. Once in position, in order to hook up to the catapult, you will have to kneel the nose wheel by pressing the nose strut switch downwards. Press U to hook up to the catapult.
Right.
Once you are hooked up, the jet blast deflector behind you will be raised. Press spacebar
Oh.
to continue.
That was actually already not set.
Oh, right.
So,
Why isn't my key binding working for nose wheel steering? Oh, that's zoom. Okay. Alright, no, that was wing sweep auto, my bad. Whoops. Hey, whoops. Okay, so catapult 3, that one. So we just kind of... I'm gonna have to watch a billion fucking tutorials as to how the fuck that works properly. But I'll get to it eventually. This is, well, part of the learning curve. The incredibly massive learning curve that I did sign up for, but, well, learn most of the things. Rather, learn most of what you can. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, we do not have the fucking deck crew to direct us here. That should be close enough.
okay, so, Neil.
And you. So we should just kind of shift over a bit, I think. Oh, we're not close enough. Let me just, scooch. Whoop.
That should be far enough.
There we go. Okay, locked in position. Now we gotta do the wings.
Move the wing sweep handle forwards to about the halfway point, then lower the handle to lock it in. Close the cover. Press Master Reset to allow the wing sweep controls on the throttle to set the wing sweep to auto. Lower the flaps.
Oh, is that what you do? Okay, so I was doing it completely wrong. I watched yet again another tutorial that wasn't actually teaching me properly.
You move it halfway, you push it in, and then you press the master arm,
And that's where auto comes on.
lower the flaps.
Set trim to about 2 degrees nose up. Press spacebar to continue.
Trim? Sir, who are you talking to here? You think I'm some kind of perfectionist? Just fling the plane off the end of the runway, I'll figure it out.
Advance the throttles to mill, max drive thrust. In the F-14B, carrier launches are made with military power only. If you need to, add afterburner only at the very end of the CAT launch.
Mill only.
Right, so that's... there.
Now you see, it should tell me spacebar to continue, but that's not there. That's mill power.
It says mill right there.
My instructor seems to have completely walked off, or I might have broken the tutorial somehow, but oh well. You have not set the trim, but I said press spacebar to continue. I skipped to the next step anyway. You can skip those.
But
Oh well, and I don't actually have a...
fine-tuning thing to actually set trim. Then again, your throttle trim, isn't trim all the way over here somewhere? Autopilot, no. Your rudder trim, well, that we want. Throttle. Oh. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. Okay. So it wanted that. Yeah.
Why did that light up just now? Did I not notice that beforehand?
So there's that.
The normal,
DCS experience. What have I done wrong? Okay, I think that's correct. I think that's 76.
I believe it's at 325 at the beginning of the tutorial. Bring it to max power. That's afterburner, though.
Execute a control wipeout.
Ah.
Wipeouts are always done in the following order. Stick full forward.
That's mill power, though. It's literally labeled that.
Stick full right, full left rudder, and full right rudder. Once the wipeout is complete and you are ready to launch, salute the
It is literally labeled mill power.
Why is it higher up? Unless it's the same, well, unless it's mill power for the F-14A, in which case, no. But okay, so... jangle the controls a bit, I believe that's the technical term for wipeout, and then... okay. Alright, yeah, so... Rudder up, down... okay, right, so, she's not broken off the runway. Alright, so... shift you. Send it. I blacked out.
Execute a clearing turn to the left with about a 20-degree heading change, and then immediately turn right onto the BRC. Raise the landing gear and flaps. Maintain 300 knots and stay below 500 feet. Keep an eye on the vertical speed in your vertical speed indicator instrument or in the HUD.
Unfortunately, controlling the aircraft and using those is a little bit more difficult than I want it to be. And now we just cruise for... mill power is range. Idle to max mill. You're welcome.
Oh.
Why have the dots then? Well, I could do burner. Also, she wants to go up. I'm not quite sure why. Probably the wing sleep. Any more tutorials, my man?
Once you have reached 7 nautical miles distance from the carrier, you are clear to climb above 500 feet and resume own navigation. This concludes the tutorial. Your next lesson will be the Case 1 landing tutorial. But don't dread it. The Tomcat will bring you down just fine.
Alright, well there's that. So I dipped above the altitude restriction there, but got most of that right. A little bit of fumbling around. Again, I need to do, and most people need to do these tutorials multiple fucking times and watch tutorials of other people that are more competent than them actually doing it in order to actually get it down pat. But of course, I decided to do this on stream rather than suddenly being super pro at DCS out of fucking nowhere. Oh well. But that's that. As you accelerate, the nose has a tendency to pitch up, trim forward to counteract that. Well, yeah, the trim. I gotta figure out what the setting is for that. Usually it's not that violent. But okay, so. Landing. Let's see how many times I slam into the back of the carrier. But that's the funny thing. Playing Ace Combat 7 VR, I actually managed to land on a carrier the first time without actually, too much effort. But that's Ace Combat. I managed to get the visuals right. That was the important thing. I managed to, correctly put, assess where the fuck I need to put the aircraft in order to touch down. But oh boy. Okay, wing sweep at 68, 300, oh Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's where you come into the circuit, and then you make a loop around the front of the carrier, and then you do all this shit. You finally come in, and then you're on the carrier. Oh boy. Okay, that's quite the procedure. Hook down, SAS on,
Which... everything's on already, so I'm not exactly sure
why you wouldn't have that, but I guess they're going to guide me in on this. So let's see exactly what's going on here. Approximately 3/4 a mile, 300 feet. On speed approach index or indication. Okay, so extended below 280 knots. So it looks like we come in at about 280 knots. From what I can see. Or below 280 knots. But okay, I suppose they're gonna walk me through this, I hope. Because I see the rings out there, and I'm assuming this is gonna be a bit easier than than I'm believing.
Good afternoon, pilot. Today is day 1 of carrier quals in the F-14B. I hope you studied the briefing diagram prior to the flight. Case 1 is the visual landing procedure in fair weather and is very similar to the FCLP pattern you used previously. Only difference being the size of the landing area and the arresting gear. Your reel will help you with the checklist. You are lined up on the initial to the boat with your wings swept and the HUD in landing mode. Maintain 800 feet and 350 knots. As in the previous tutorial,
Yeah, we want to slow that down.
will help to guide you in the pattern. The carrier will be stationary, but with a strong wind down the deck. If you want, lower the hook for an arrested landing, or keep it raised if you want to make multiple attempts without traffic.
I think I want to come down first. So, yeah. So, Fortunately, I'm dipping, so about 800 feet, 350 knots. We are way too fast. Also way too high.
Okay, here we go. Brake left, extend the speed brake, bank left 45 to 60 degrees, and maintain about a 3G turn at 800 feet.
Yeah, I missed that.
Remember, wings to auto at 280 knots, wheels down at 250, and flaps down at 225 knots. Extend your DL. Try to maintain on-speed AOA.
A little bit too much information, a little bit too fast.
11 o'clock low, 1 mile. Maintain 600 feet.
Landing checklist. Wing sweep, 20 degrees, auto. Wheels, 3 down. SAS, pause,
That's stalling.
flaps, pull down. DLC, checked. Hook, down. Harness, locked. Speed brakes, extended. Brakes, checked.
Begin your turn when you see the rundown of the ship. Bank left between 27 and 30 degrees. Maintain on-speed AOA and descend at about 300 feet per minute. Ideally, you want to hit 450 feet at the 90 and enter the groove at 360 feet at 3/4 of a mile.
That's gonna stall. See, if I had a physical throttle, I don't. I have the fucking Z throttle at the back of my stick. This is gonna be a mess. Oh, Lord. Also, that wind isn't helping. I can feel it. Okay. Okay, leveling out the approach a little bit better. Okay.
111, Tomcat, ball, 4.1.
Fly the ball. Use DLC to adjust your glide path. Remember your scan. Ball, lineup, angle of attack. Do not flare the aircraft, and remember to power up when touching the deck in case you miss the wires and have to bolter.
Holy fuck, I did it!
Pilot, you landed a Tomcat on a carrier. Throttle to idle, raise the hook,
Nah, 1 wire.
and sweep the wing.
Fuck you, I'm alive!
Give it enough throttle. If it's out, you didn't. Turn nose wheel steering on and taxi off to the right. You can consult the in-game knee board for your approach grade and statistics.
Okay, retract the speed rate in
This
case...
concludes the tutorial. You may exit the tutorial or take off again for another attempt.
Holy shit, I got the 1 wire. You're not supposed to get the 1 wire, but I'm alive. So, that was fucking messy, but I did it! Okay! Cuts catapult roll. The engine's already on idle. You can't get me. Okay, I guess that's me. Sometimes I find things that are incredibly easy, incredibly hard, and sometimes I find things that are incredibly difficult, suddenly very easy. Yeah, it's just me. Wow. Okay, let's try that again, because, that was definitely fucking beginner's luck. Holy sweet mother of fucking Christ. Do you see I was wobbling all over the fucking place? I managed to actually put her the fuck down, though, but let's see if we can put her down a little bit better than what the fuck just happened, because that's a lot of information coming in at a whole lot of fucking, well, a whole high speed there. So 800 feet, 350, or 300 to 350 knots, throttles to idle. Okay, speed brake extended. 280 knots. A landing you can walk away from. Yeah, and the multi-million-dollar piece of equipment and the, the lovable waifu in the back seat there. They're all alive. So that means, clearly, I did my job right. Okay, so extend the flaps. Okay, so 280, and then when you make the turn, you drop the flaps. And then I drop the gear. Yeah, the gears come down first, then the flaps. On-speed approach indicates there are 15 units. Auto throttle engaged, if desired. Landing checklist. You see, that's the thing. I was not on the glide path at all. So I have no idea what the fuck was going on there. But, let's try that again and just make a visual landing, and, I hope the glide path there helps me out there. Intercept glide slope. I never saw it. Okay, the one wire is the first wire from the stern. The last wire is the 4 wire. Yeah, you're not supposed to catch the 1 wire, though. That's cutting it close. It's also slamming the hook into the back end of the ship, I believe. But okay, so, let's try that again.
Good afternoon, pilot. Today is day 1 of carrier quals in the F-14B. I hope you studied the briefing diagram prior to the flight. Case 1 is the visual landing procedure in fair weather and is very similar to the FCLP pattern used previously. Only difference being the size of the landing area and the arresting gear. Your RIO will help you with the checklist. You are lined up on the initial to the boat with your wings swept and the HUD in landing mode. Maintain 800 feet and 350 knots. As in the previous tutorial, a series of gates will help to guide you in the pattern. The carrier will be stationary, but with a strong wind down the deck. If you want, lower the hook for an arrested landing, or keep it raised if you want to make multiple attempts without trapping.
Possible dumb question. Why does the 1 wire exist if you're not supposed to use it? It's kind of a safety measure. Like, the Forestals used to have, like, 8 wires, I think. There was a lot of fucking room to catch that deck. Okay, it's a little high. Also kind of a little low there, but let's try and stick around about 350. You see, this is where the constant... If I had a throttle in my left hand, this would be a lot easier, but I have to take my hands off the stick in order to, you know, nudge the little, whatchamacallit, the little Z slider. Okay, so we make this, get in here, and then we begin our turn, and we pop the speed brake. Let me put the fucker to idle, so all the way back there. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Brake left, extend the speed brake, bank left 45 to 60 degrees, and maintain about a 3G turn at 800 feet. Remember, wings to auto at 280 knots, wheels down at 250, and flaps down at 225 knots. Extend your DLC and steadily descend so that you reach 600 feet. Try to maintain on-speed AOA, the yellow donut on the AOA indicator, or the E-bracket around the reference point in the HUD. Maintain 600 feet.
Landing checklist. Wing sweep, 20 degrees, auto. Wheels, 3 down. SAS, on. Flaps, pull down. DLC, checked. Hook, down.
Are you absolutely sure I'm supposed to be braking like that?
Extended. Brakes.
Begin your turn when you see the rundown of the ship. Bank left between 27 and 30 degrees. Maintain on-speed AOA and descend at about 300 feet per minute. Ideally, you want to hit 450 feet at the 90 and enter the groove at 360 feet at 3/4 of a mile.
That is dangerously fucking slow. But it looks like she's gonna stay in the air. She's fucking wobbling in the air. It's like she's immediately gonna fall the fuck out. But okay. She's actually maintaining 150 knots, so she can do this.
Friendly, 11 o'clock, 1 mile. 111, Tomcat, ball, 4.1.
Fly the ball. Use DLC to adjust your glide path. Remember your scan. Ball, lineup, angle of attack. Do not flare the aircraft, and remember to power up when touching the deck in case you miss the wires and have to bolter.
Little high, little high, little high, little high. Ooh, I did it.
Well done, pilot. You landed a Tomcat on a carrier. Throttle to idle, raise the hook,
Just a bit low. 2-wire.
Retract speed
Two
brake
are.
in case you did not give it enough throttle. If it's out, you didn't. Turn nose wheel steering on and taxi off to the right. You can consult the in-game kneeboard for your approach grade and statistics. This concludes the tutorial. You may exit the tutorial or take off again for another attempt.
Okay, so you're aiming for the 3-wire, it sounds like. So, the funny thing is, okay, so what's happening here, which is actually getting to me, is that the aircraft is actually much fucking larger than I'm giving it credit for. So, like all other, video games that have taught me carrier landings, the aircraft feels much smaller than this. So, I've actually got a whole lot more room with that hook than I actually gave it credit for, so that's the thing to adjust to. Okay. Also, so yeah, I'm supposed to give it thrust, but I'm trying desperately to actually get the aircraft to stop, so my impulse is to just cut throttle the entire time. So basically, what I have to do is I have to give it full burners, and then the speed brake goes out, and that's the you did it, kid. Tomcats are size of worlds. I know this, but most video games don't give you this kind of. They don't give it credence. Ace Combat, all the planes kind of feel like the same size. Get me? So there's actually a whole lot more room back there in that giant fucking ass than I actually gave it credit for. So that means the landing area is actually a whole lot fucking larger than I'm actually, my normal perceptions ingrained with other flight games, and video games have actually given me, the ability to perceive. So, you must give thrust in case you miss the wires and need to go around. This is entirely true. But I'm just trying to, dear God fucking stop. Ace Combat, you don't do that. Whatchamacallit, when, other arcade games, you don't, you would want to increase throttle, but basically what you want to do is you want to come to a fucking stop immediately. So, arcade game logic. This is a realistic simulator. This is built to be realistic, so this is what actually, happens. So, this is the judge here, so I gotta learn this. It's like, I have to unlearn what I have learned. Relearn how incredibly difficult carrier landings, but that's 2 for 2. I haven't fucking exploded yet. So let's try that again.
Good afternoon, pilot. Today is day 1 of carrier quals in the F-14B.
So, cut
I hope
that
you
throttle a
studied the
bit.
briefing diagram prior to the flight. Case 1 is the visual landing procedure in fair weather and is very similar to the FCLP pattern you used previously. Only difference being the size of the landing area and the arresting gear. Your RIO will help you with the checklist. You are lined up on the initial.
Okay, so we want that just a little bit lower.
And the HUD in landing mode. Maintain 800 feet and 350 knots. As in the previous tutorial, a series of gates will help to guide you in the pattern. The carrier will be stationary, but with a strong wind down the deck. If you want, lower the hook for an arrested landing.
Too low.
Keep it raised if you want to make multiple attempts without traffic.
So that's about 380-ish. So we're going to keep that, and then we're just going to go the way I'm supposed to, and that's 900 too high. And also, as we saw there, she was actually able to maintain, flight at 150 knots, which all the combat that I've had with the plane, you're gonna fall right out of the air if you try and do anything like that. But again, landing, so different story altogether, I suppose. Okay, now we're decelerating a little bit, but we're gonna drop the brake anyway. So let's just put that up there just a little bit, and then.
Okay, here we go. Brake left, extend the speed brake.
Speed brake
bank
out.
left 45 to 60 degrees, and maintain about a 3G turn at 800 feet. Remember, wings to auto at 280 knots, wheels down at 250, and flaps down at 225 knots. Extend your DLC and steadily descend so that you try to maintain on-speed AO.
I have no time to read that.
11 o'clock, 1 mile.
Reference point in the HUD. Maintain 600 feet.
So gear down right about there.
Wing sweep, 20 degrees, auto. Wheels, 3 down. SAS, pod, flaps, pull down. DLC, checked. Hook, down. Harness, locked.
Begin your turn when you see the rundown of the ship. Bank left between 27 and 30 degrees.
Oh boy.
Maintain on-speed AOA and descend at about 300 feet per minute. Ideally, you want to hit 450 feet at the 90 and enter the groove at 360 feet at 3/4 of a mile.
Okay, so she's floating around out there. Okay, she's not gonna stall. She's fucking floating. That's the crosswind, I guess. But she's just fucking going. Now, I don't know where the hell the ball is. Because I'm assuming that's up. That means pointer up, but I don't actually know where the fuck the ball...
111, Tomcat, ball, 4.1.
Fly the ball. Use DLC to adjust your glide path. Remember your scans. Ball, lineup, angle of attack. Do not flare the aircraft.
Oh, there we go.
Remember to power up when touching the deck in case you miss the wires and have to bolter.
I'm a little low. Okay. That's gonna be short. Whoa, that's way too short.
Well done, pilot. You landed a Tomcat on a carrier. Throttle to idle.
That was the one wire.
Yep, too short.
The wings.
We actually touched down
In case you did
basically on the lip of the runway.
If it's out, you didn't. Turn nose wheel steering on and taxi off to the right. You can consult the in-game knee board for your approach grade and statistics.
Okay.
Includes the two.
Okay, so I saw the ball, I just have no idea where the ball actually is. So I saw it for a split second, so I was coming in way too low, so I have to be higher, and that's obviously the red arrow going up is go fucking higher, moron. But yeah, no, there's a whole lot more surface area to work with, and that's kind of relieving. But yeah, 3 for 3, just short. I'm gonna get it, though. I'm hitting the wire, I'm not flying off the deck, and I'm not smashing into the runway enough to collapse the gears. So, all in a good day's work here. Okay, so let's see here. 90 position, 400 to 450, 500 feet, 360 feet. Okay, so I gotta find out where the fuck the ball actually is, because I don't know.
Good afternoon, pilot. Today is day 1 of carrier quals in the F-14B. I hope you studied the briefing diagram prior to the flight. Case 1 is the visual landing procedure in fair weather and is very similar to the FCLP patterns you used previously. Only difference being the size of the landing area and the arresting gear. Your RIO will help you with the checklist. You are lined up on the initial to the boat with your wings swept and the HUD in landing mode. Maintain 800 feet and 350 knots. As in the previous tutorial, a series of gates will help to guide you in the pattern. The carrier will be stationary, but with a strong wind down the deck. If you want, lower the hook for an arrested landing, or keep it raised if you want to make multiple attempts without traffic.
Okay, that's slightly higher than 350, but again, I don't have the most amazing throttle control. That's slightly lower than... Back up. Back up, you shit. Give that a little bit of gas. Drop the hook. A little bit more gas. Come on, come on. Speed up, speed up, speed up. And...
Okay, here we go. Brake left.
Brake.
Extend the speed brake. Bank left 45 to 60
That's
degrees. and
way
maintain
too
about
high.
a 3G turn at 800 feet. Remember, wings to auto at 280 knots, wheels down at 250, and flaps down at 225 knots. Extend your DLC and steadily descend so they try to maintain on-speed AOA, the yellow donut on the AOA indicator, or the E-bracket around the reference point in the HUD.
We have a friendly 11 o'clock.
Gear
1
down.
mile. Wing sweep, 20 degrees, auto. Wheels, 3 down. SAS, on, flaps, pull down. DLC,
Flaps down.
Hook, down, harness, locked. Speed brakes. Extended. Brakes.
Begin your turn when you see the rundown of the ship. Bank left between 27 and 30 degrees, maintain on-speed AOA, and descend at about 300 feet per minute. Ideally, you want to hit 450 feet at the 90 and enter the groove at 360 feet at 3/4 of a mile.
There's the ball. Okay. The problem is, I'm stalling. That's stalled. Up. Okay, that's a really tight fucking tolerance there. So yeah, I pulled it up too high trying to look for the fucking ball. Where is the ball, guys? There it is. Okay. Now look at that shit. That is an incredibly tight fucking tolerance for that. Also, it should be throttled to idle, but fuck you, I'm falling out of the air. No. Up.
Fly the ball. Use DLC to adjust your glide path. Remember your scam. Ball, lineup, angle of attack. Do not flare the aircraft, and remember to power up when touching the deck in case you miss the wires and have to boulder.
Nope, go around, missed it entirely. Yep, go around. So I'm trying to find the ball, and holy sweet mother of Christ, where the fuck is this ball? And why is it, like, to a single degree? Fuck! Okay, let's do it again. Also, let's not go to like 600 knots with the wings swept out that far, thank you. Okay, so yeah, it's over there. And that's the starting area over there. So let's try that again. So I have to fall at the exact right fucking angle. But holy shit, is that finicky to find. I suppose at the end of the day, landing as I have is good enough. It ain't fucking perfect, but it gets the fucking Tomcat down on the deck. Gets the ship home. That's about it. If I had a physical throttle, this would be way easier, but I'm supposed to be idle all the way in. So, obviously, the pitch is the problem here. But the thing is, I'm flopping around all over the fucking place. I can't actually find the damn ball. So this is a conundrum of a fucking situation here. Okay, so we're gonna turn this back around. Give her a little bit of gas here and come back in. Approach is 800 feet. 350 knots, which we can hit. So I'm having to lean over and just have my other hand on the throttle as I do this, which is, hey, what I would do if I actually had a physical HOTAS. But unfortunately, I'm poor currently. Can't afford that. Okay, a little slow. A little fast. Okay, so. Okay, back in the program here. Hooks out. So we're gonna give it a little bit more speed. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go at really high. We're gonna go for like 390, because the thing is, we start with this speed, and then we are gliding in the entire time under essentially no throttle for the final turn. So throttles to idle, 0 power, with the air brake out and the flaps out. So we have, it's basically, this entire maneuver is designed to, quite clearly bleed speed. So let's start with some speed.
Okay. Where are we? Way too fucking high. Also, we're off center. Also, that's the last one that I hit. Eh. Drop the altitude here a bit. We want 800 feet. 900. We're going to be a little high coming in. Okay. And then extend the brake. Try to keep her somewhere online here. Okay, that's looking a little better. Gear out. Flaps out. We're a little low. Throttle to idle right about now, it says, I think. We are still below the ball. Actually, no, that's... Oh boy. Let's speed that up a bit. Where is this fucking ball, guys? Okay, seriously, there she is. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just under it. So, exactly how the fuck am I supposed to stay on the ball if I'm pulling above the fucking nodes? See, this one I don't get. How the fuck? Because it would tell me I'm too fucking high. That's altitude. I guess the pitch isn't right. Okay, let's put that to idle as we come in for our final approach. It's probably going to be fucking messy, because again, I cannot find this fucking ball. Oop, that's too slow. Up, baby, up, up, up. Well, there's the ball. There it is again, I found it. And... there we go. Again, nowhere near the fucking ball.
Two wire.
Bah.
In case you did not give it enough throttle. If it's out, you didn't. Turn nose wheel steering on and taxi off to the right. You can consult the in-game kneeboard for your approach grade and statistics.
Okay, so I'm comfortable landing.
You may exit the tutorial or take off.
It ain't fucking artisan, but I'm landing. So that's, yeah. One failed landing, but I didn't fucking die. One go-around, 3 landings. So 3 of 4 with no fatalities. And no visible damage to the aircraft, the crew, or the carrier. So literally my first time landing in a carrier in DCS. That's pretty fucking good, I think. What happened if you kamikazed into the island? I'd explode violently and probably cause damage. Multi-million-dollar amount of you know, the forest will fire? Probably something like that. Okay, so, alright, so that's, we know how to do landing and takeoff to an extent. Okay, so I suppose the only thing left to do here is, well, navigation. Because we actually need to know how the navigation system works. Also air to ground, but, I'm gonna go on a hunch and see that the little diamonds on the lowest screen are actually our navigation nodes, I think. But so, this will probably help us out here. So we'll try this. We'll look at navigation here because I need to know what some symbology actually means. So once we know how to do this, we can play a mission, navigate the nodes, and then go the fuck home. The basic navigation system in the F-14B Tomcat. We will cover the basic waypoint navigation functionality as well as the TACAN radio navigation system. I mean, the thing I kind of needed to take off beforehand. Please review the relevant sections of the manual. Okay. With particular emphasis on navigation section under the General Design and Systems Overview chapter. I don't have the manual. The Tomcat is equipped with an inertial navigation system that supports 3 normal navigation waypoints, right, as well as a few other points used for different purposes. You will fly a short route through northern Georgia, as well as visiting the carrier via TACAN beacon system. There are no restrictions on altitude or airspeed, but please try to follow the assigned route. 3 whole fucking points. The INS can only handle 3 fucking points. This is a far cry from the F-15, which had 7, at least, probably more. Actually, no, that's the thing. No, there's one of the missions in the campaign. There are 14 waypoints. We're at 14 waypoints to a target and then a return, so probably like 20 waypoints. But good old Grumman bias here. We have 3 fucking waypoints. You want more? Shut the fuck up. Late 1960s tech at its best. This thing really is a Phantom with a HUD. Okay, so
Good afternoon, pilot. Today we will cover basic navigation in the Tomcat. You will fly a short route through northern Georgia, followed by a brief visit to the boat. We have a nice day out, so we'll use these perfect flying conditions to brush up our navigational skills. First, select the destination mode as the steering mode. This will select the inertial navigation system for the steering information on the horizontal situation display, HSD. The individual waypoints are selected via a dial by the Rio, so you will either have to jump into the back seat or use the gesture menu to select the waypoint. For now, press A to bring up the gesture menu, press A again to head out into the main menu, and then Control 5 to select the navigation submenu. Then, press Control 1 to go into the Select Destination Steer Point menu. If you use head tracking, you can simply look at a menu option and confirm it with A. Here you can select the different waypoints. Note how the HSD will display different distances and headings to the waypoints. For now, make sure Steer Point 1 is selected. Press spacebar to continue.
Roger. Switching to steer point 1.
it's not automatic. You actually need the Rio to physically flip between the waypoints. Good late 1960s tech. The F-15 does all of this automatically, even if it's a Flaming Cliffs 3 model. It does all of this automatically. Oh, makes you really appreciate technological advancement. Winning seconds. So,
the HSD can also be used to repeat the Rio's TID, which can give you a better situation display. For now, let's keep it in the HSD mode.
So, yes, I know how to do that, but that's for radar only. We need to navigate.
Take off and proceed to your waypoint 1. It should be on a heading of 290 for 24 nautical miles.
Rumble, 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 rumble. It's kind of a sluggish takeoff. Yeah, it's not enough fucking power. Yeah, let's get up into the air today. Kids, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was a very slow takeoff. Gear up.
Again, I would love to take off my hands and take my hands off of the controller, or rather in the keyboard, but I can't do that. So clearly, I need a throttle with
4 throttles, otherwise known as expensive.
So flaps up, gear up, we should be good. Okay, so I'm seeing the waypoint here, and I'm seeing the diamond, and is the diamond moving? No, the diamond is not moving. Is it the cross? Or actually, I think that's magnetic north over there? Oh, right, okay, so... Okay, so it's destination west 300? Where are we going here? I'm gonna guess fly straight ahead.
So, arrow.
Arrow? Okay, arrow. Right, so this is another thing of watching a billion YouTube tutorials, because they will explain what the symbology means. So yeah, so follow the arrow. So you can maintain altitude without doing anything fucking crazy. .450 knots, that's a perfectly fine cruising speed. Total airspeed 495 knots, yeah, that's about what I want. Ground speed, distance... I haven't the slightest clue, but that doesn't look like it's getting any smaller. Okay.
2
So
minutes to get to the first waypoint. Well done. Select waypoint 2 and continue your route. Waypoint 2 should be the lake to your northeast.
Okay,
Okay, switching to 2.2.
okay, over there. Okay.
left side on the lower HUD should be going down.
I don't see nothing like that, but okay, so it's the arrow. So, just follow the arrow, and, I'm not seeing destination... Actually, let's cruise. That was takeoff. I don't need to be in that mode.
So we haven't completed the turn. Oh, I come back to you playing DCS. How is it? We landed it on a carrier 3 out of 4 times, but no fatalities throughout. Somehow I managed to land on a carrier mediocrely for a nugget, without fucking dying or destroying millions of dollars of equipment. I'm actually still kind of in shock. Okay, so altitude is... Well, let's
Slow that down there, but, how do we determine distance?
Does anyone know how you do this, or is it just the Rio who directs all of this shit? Also, nose down. Top HUD where you have a tape where to go. No I don't. I have a bearing marker, but I don't have anything that reflects the HUD. I have an arrow that points directly towards wherever the aircraft is going, and then there's the tape for the bearing marker. But that's physically where I'm pointing. That's not actually where the nav marker is. As you can see here, that's just where I'm pointing, as I've just flown off course.
So that's actually not the what's actually, designating
Where the fuck I'm going. The F-15 does that, but not here.
Select waypoint 3 and proceed west towards Sukumi Airport.
So I'm going to have to look at a guide to figure out exactly what the fuck's going on here. Because I don't actually...
there doesn't seem to be any symbology here that tells me how far away I am. Navigation, waypoint 3.
Alrighty, switching to steer point 3.
So yeah, I got nothing. Now, if somebody knows exactly, if somebody knows something I don't, please, you're welcome to say anything and make me look like an idiot. I'd rather look like an idiot than know the right answer, rather than think I'm a smart person and not know jack shit. Especially when I'm dealing with multiple, million-dollar pieces of equipment here. Multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment and 2 lives aboard this ship. One of them being my own, and the other one being the spot occupied by Jester, which should be, occupied by a lovely anime maid that will do all of the Rio backseat work for me. Second screen you have on the top left numbers, distance to waypoint. Do I? No. Wait a minute. Hang on here. I gotta... Wait. No, okay, I gotta... Right, no, the second screen here. Right, okay, so that's actually got me an arrow that corresponds with what the steer point is. So that's the steer point. But where's distance? I don't see distance. Also, I'm descending again, because fuck knows if I can actually keep the navigation without keeping the aircraft fucking steady. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a mod for that. Well, that's the thing, though. You shouldn't need mods for this sort of thing. This should be... Well, they should tell you. It should be clearly, broadcasted to the pilot how far he is away from the steer point, or if it's done entirely by the Rio, I should be hearing Jester telling me, with 30 miles from steer point. You wouldn't mod this. The entire point is to show you how the actual machine operates as closely, to authentic as possible. It's the whole fucking point. Well, it tells me when I've reached the waypoint, but, I don't know how far away I am, so I can't judge it myself. RNG, upper left corner of the screen. Oh! Range. Right. Ha! RNG. Well, I thought that was random number generator, sir. Clearly that's what that acronym means. No, okay. Thank you, Maxter. That is range. And we are 13 nautical miles, I'm going to assume, from the steer point. Okay, now we know how now we know how to chase the dots and navigate around. Wow. So now we can actually complete a mission. Even though the waypoints there's literally three waypoints. You can only have 3 waypoints, says the INS limitations. So basically, you're only gonna have you come off. You're gonna have an ingress point. You're gonna have the bullseye for wherever the operation area is taking place, and then you have an egress steer point. That's basically it. That's all you really get. So yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry. Oh, you got this. I'd like to think so. I really would. But no, that's basically all we really need to know to complete a basic mission. Also drifting off. Probably because we're getting closer, but... So, good. Now where we need to be looking for is, keep the ship level, obviously. Look for either the triangle underneath the bearing tape on the center screen.
Select TACAN on the steering mode selector. The TACAN 74 X-ray for the carrier is already tuned.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Right, so you look there, you find the arrow, and you look down here, you find the arrow pointing, you align with the arrow, and then, or passing it. So right, so yeah, that doesn't automatically do that, folks.
The TACAN heading distance is also displayed on the bearing heading distance indicator, BDHI. The fat needle should point toward the carrier TACAN. The carrier should be about 25 nautical miles to the west. Proceed towards the carrier.
Okay, so we put it in TACAN, we're on a guide beacon, and the big needle that's not pointing north is pointing where the carrier is, which is corresponding with an arrow down here. And then there's a range, like it is over there, right over there. Like it is on the normal mapping right there.
Okay. Well, good. Big 21, you don't even have waypoints. Be glad you in NA side. I mean, yes. But that's what happens when you outspend your enemy into the fucking ground. Technology! That's what you get for joining NATO.
Okay, so range 14 nautical miles, and we can actually see the boat there. So good. Let's bring her down a little bit so we're not, descending into the sky there. Phonto in charge of maintaining altitude, as you can see.
Very bad at it, but she's hydraulic, and my stick isn't exactly fantastic either.
Range 9 miles, and we're basically just going to pass right over her. Tomcat is weird. Only 3 waypoints. The rest are IP, target, home base, and a few others.
Here's the Center battle group. Select the destination as the steering mode. Select the home base waypoint. It will guide you to Godata Air Base.
Okay. Okay, so select the destination as the steering point. Select home base. Okay, so navigation, steer point, home base.
Okay. Switching to home base.
Okay, we are going home. Which means we have to go back into destination. Right? And then we're going that way.
But yeah, 3 waypoints, and the rest are basically guide beacons and pre-programmed other places. Yeah, that's 1960s technology creeping up on you. That's technical limitations. An exciting 30 actually not even megabytes, 360 kilobytes of RAM. Cutting edge secret technology, billions of dollars of research and development. It's built by Grumman. They built the lunar lander. Clearly the best and brightest minds in America have delivered us this very, very large, somewhat antiquated, but fucking immortal, cool-looking plane. But yeah, she's obviously got some operation simplicity to her. Mainly because, we're talking about an airplane that was... It was kind of rushed into the ending phase of Vietnam in 1972, flown a couple of years earlier. So, a plane designed in the 60s where we were just starting to get to digital, and she's not even fly-by-wire. All this is analog.
Well done. You can now navigate in the Tomcat. You're free to land at Godata or fly around by yourself. This concludes the tutorial.
Well, just for the sake of amusement, let's land. Or fail horribly at landing, because I haven't actually done a
Landing on an airfield,
but of course, well, we managed carriers just fine. Okay, air traffic control, Godata, inbound.
Godata, in field 1-1, inbound.
I don't think they can hear me. I'm just gonna eyeball it.
and I'm assuming that home base here, this is actually on the guide beacon. So this is actually probably the guide beacon for the field, I want to say, since that's about the right orientation. So we're going to pull out about 10 miles and bring her in. And once that's done, I can basically run a mission now, which is, well, we got here rather jangly. There's a lot of things that I still don't understand about all this machinery, but all that comes with time. You basically just need to know how to kill people in it and take off, follow waypoints, and land. That's the basics. All the other finesse stuff comes from book learning and watching other people doing it enough times yourself. It is kind of a second job, but you know what, and it's an amusement because I'm actually learning to mostly factually control a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment, and a good bit of history, too. Okay, so that's about 10 miles, and what we can see here is that is mostly on the airfield, so at least it's pointing at the airfield. It's not pointing us towards the guide beacon for the field unless it's programmed, I guess. In which case, we would, hit the TACAN and it would guide us into the airfield. So I'm assuming that's just a waypoint. Or rather, a pre-programmed waypoint that is, basically the return line, I guess. Okay, so 6 miles. Let's slow this bitch down, because, oh, fuck, is she going way too fast. So we're going to flare. Because the one thing I've realized by now is this and the F-15 are giant fucking air brakes. The air brakes themselves are only minorly effective. These planes, you pitch them up even a little bit, you lose all speed. What headset are you using? Valve Index? So I got the expensive option, but yeah, there's still a lot of jangling and jaggy here, but that is a little low. Kick. And she... This is a rather sketchy approach here. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go around. She's probably got stronger gears than the Eagle and also stronger tires because carrier suspension, but 300, I want to begin the approach at 300, not just, come in on it. And she is not slowing down nearly enough. So let's give her a bit of speed. I suppose we can back her out to about 5 miles, as long as we keep the speed under control. Gonna need a little bit of ass behind it because we're gonna make a turn. Want to hold it, and as we pull around, just slip under 300. That's too fast. Slow it down, sweetheart. Slow it the fuck down. It's because I'm descending, most likely. Slow down. Alright, fine. Fucking throttle the goddamn neutral. Pull that shit down all the way to idle. You just do not want to slow down. And since we know the fucker can stay afloat at, 150 knots. There we go. Okay, gears. Okay, well, haha, there's the ball. That's fine. Might even be a little bit too fast. Where's the ball? I have no fucking idea, but I'm coming in anyway. Okay, flaps are down, air brake is out, gears are down, And we're coming in at about 150. And that actually looks pretty good. Well, visually anyway. There's the ball. Okay, there's the glide path. Okay, good. A little high, but fuck it. I'm bringing her down. Okay, she's out. Again, I have no idea where the fuck this glide path is. Also, turn on fucking nose gear steering. Whoa. Hey! And they didn't tell me jack shit, so oh well. But hey, okay. So that's bringing her down, and yeah, no, she doesn't like to slow. She's kind of like the Eagle, really. When you're bringing her down like that, she doesn't want to slow down until you put the gears out. And then the gears act as an additional air brake that drag her under, and then you put the flaps out that drags her even farther under, and then you can actually land the fucking plane. As for where the fuck the ball is, I have no idea, but I guess I'll accidentally find it eventually. Okay, so now we hazard a mission. Because now we know how to operate the aircraft to an acceptable degree. Not everything, but we can take off from a carrier. We can follow nav points. We can engage targets and kill them. And we can follow nav points home. And then land on a carrier again. So that's a complete mission. So I'm fairly certain they have one of those for me. So let's see here. Missions! F-14, bomb strike, okay. Heat blurring the lines. Okay, Operation Timber. Let's see here. Okay. Tomcat Bear intercept. Oh, goody. Okay, screen cap for the fleet. Intercept anything that comes feet wet. The Russians have been quiet. Too quiet. Oh, no. Okay, so MiG-28 furball. Top Gun references everywhere. The situation, very heated tensions over the Georgian breakaway regions between U.S. and Russia. The president has ordered, with NATO support, a U.S. carrier battle group into the Black Sea. The situation is very tense, with NATO aggressively stating that if Russia does not withdraw its troops from Georgia, NATO will intervene in Georgia's defense. Task Scramble. Long-range EWR has detected a Russian Tu-142 Bear making way to the Georgian coast and will most likely in search of the U.S. carrier battle group. As soon as possible, intercept and escort the bear. Right, so it's one of those. It's catch the funny bear, but no. Okay, so right, so. Let's try defend the fleet, because clearly that means we're going to trench run to reactors. Oh. Do I hear them Israelis making runs on nuclear reactors and saying, well, fuck it. So, okay, so, we'll try this. And most likely, we're going to be told that horrible things are going to happen. Yep, there you go. Okay. Okay, AM7 Sidewinder. Okay, so we have 2 Sparrows, 2 Sidewinder Mikes, and 4 Phoenixes. C models. Okay. Situation. Screen cap for the fleet. Intercept at any kind. Task. Patrol the area of the sky ahead of the battle group. Intercepting any Russian aircraft who come out to the sea. Okay, AWACS radio preset 1. Tanker radio preset 2. I don't think we should... Well, we'll probably be able to withdraw before we need to refuel, and we have, we have fuel tanks. The F-15, F-14B, so it'll probably be fine. Threat, a lot of things. Okay, so let's see how this goes. So basically, we're just doing combat air patrol. My favorite task because it's very simple. Fly around, shoot at anything in the sky, and then go to fuck home. At least my favorite thing in DCS because it's uncomplicated. Ground attack is my true love, but that's a whole lot more fucking complicated in this game than it is in War Thunder or anything else. But okay, so Oh, okay, so hot start, fine.
Do we have any orders?
Zero, 1, 0. Request takeoff.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna wait here until I'm called upon. I've been given a mission, but I haven't been cleared to take off. Eh?
So just for the sake of it. Steering on, because I know I'm going to have to take off anytime soon here.
Or not.
Okay, I guess we're just going to do what we want.
Roger. Switching to steer point 1.
Alright. Jester knows. Okay, so we're just gonna go to catapult 2. Now, am I stupid? No, I'm not stupid. She just didn't want to move.
Very careful about letting that whole fucking thing go on the deck.
Okay, alright.
Just bring her in nice and carefully. Might be a little bit high, but... Hook us up. Oh, right.
Kneel.
Right. Alright, there we go.
Okay, the flaps are... Well, the wings are not set, so...
Where the fuck are you going?
You're not going anywhere. Okay, bring that up to about 50% and... Close it. Should probably close it before I hit the master reset, but that is swept out, ready for takeoff. Okay. Alright, so flaps down. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So she should be ready to go here, just move her on there, so... Alright. Slightly above.
And shift you.
Saluting no one, but...
Whoa!
Alright, I got nails, 8 o'clock.
Ooh, boy. Also,
Excuse me, what now?
Nails, 11 o'clock.
Huh?
Do we have a problem here? I think we may have an issue.
So, let's prep on, Sidewinder cool on, because it looks like we're gonna have fun real quick. Alright, so, air to air. For Phoenixes. Jester, do you happen to see anything out there with your amazing powers of observation? Navigation has us going this way, so at least we can see the current nav point over this direction, or rather on the screen without having to flip to anything. Okay, what's our distance here? 49 nautical miles? Well, that's some time.
Friendlies, F-14, 6 o'clock, 6 miles.
We'll go at about 20,000 feet. Back off the burner, I suppose, because we're gonna, well, if we're gonna need the if they put the tanker in the mission, I'd suspect that if we use too much fuel, we're gonna have a problem. But it doesn't look like, looks like those were ground-based threats. But I haven't done the the air-to-air refueling tutorial, which is going to be a nightmare in itself. But I managed carrier landing just fine, so, So a lot of this is apparently more simple than I thought it was, or at least I'm acclimating it to it a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. Or maybe I'm just stupid lucky with the hard stuff. I don't know. Okay, so at least I don't have that line bothering me that I'm not on course. So just line up the line and go. Very, very simple. But yeah, 20,000 feet keeps us above this cloud layer, but not all the way above it. So we're right in the middle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep her like that. And also I'm going to try the, where is it? Ah, yes. The wonders of the autopilot.
Nails on our nose, 12 o'clock.
So let's keep her right there. And F-14 isn't too bad. Yeah, once you... this is the thing. There's a period to get used to fucking everything, and also there's... Attitude. Is there one for attitude down there? ACL. I don't know what the other one means. Also... automatic carrier landing. Oh. Automatic carrier landing. Also, I didn't engage the autopilot at all. Okay, so there you go. Okay, we are... essentially on course there, right there, and we're, okay, bring her down. So Jester, is that hot mic on back there? Did we forget about that? Or did you not, you just don't have any dialogue? Let's see, where the hell is it?
Oh, I'm showing nails, 11 o'clock.
Where's the... Am I going blind here? Oh, right, it's right there. No, it's on. He just doesn't have any dialogue. Okay, so there was dialogue and there wasn't dialogue. But yeah, there you go. Nice and happy there. But yeah. So shit's been warmed up, my man. So I thought we were gonna run into this fucking problem immediately. So we want to probably turn that off now to save that, because she's going to need to be reheated, but I thought I was going to run into trouble immediately off the deck. Missile prep can stay on, though. Attitude hold. Heading, ground trek. Vector, and she's doing fine there. This is an F-14. Yes, it is. As you can see. But yes, from the internals here, yeah, I'm just fiddling with the autopilot, because clearly I want the machine to do everything it might, everything itself. And frankly, probably turning on the autopilot might help me with doing things like aerial refueling too, so... something to think about, but it's probably a terrible idea for several reasons. 23. That's a MiG-23, and I'm not seeing that fucker on radar. ATC. What about AWACS? Overlord 1, I'm assuming?
Overlord 1-1. In field 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Anybody out there?
In field 1-1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 034 4 100 at 28,000. Flanking.
034 for 100 miles. That's behind me. Actually, no, that's 034. That's 36. 34. So, right about over there. At 100 miles, apparently? Click. Uh-huh. What is that?
Heads up, nails. 12 o'clock.
Huh. What could that possibly be? Could it be floggers? It looks like they're just coming into range now.
But yeah, this is simple, isn't it? Okay, 069, 90 miles, 28,000 feet pointed right the fuck at us. Right about there.
So, Jester, you gonna...
Jester, you're gonna pick something up out there. Because we're being directed that direction, but Jester ain't picked up shit.
There he goes.
It's like he's really listening.
Heads up, I've got nails. 11 o'clock. And, oh, nails. 12 o'clock.
Okay, so we're completely off the steering points here, but we're pursuing a target, not following the route. A little bit more speed, but also we're up at 30,000 feet now, so they'd be below us. So the thing is, the two on the flight can see it, and he's over there, but I can't see shit. according to Jester, he can't make anything, but he saw, whatchamacallit, he got a radar spike at 12 o'clock in front of us and 11 o'clock, but I ain't seeing shit. Hmm. 55.
Nails on our nose.
Okay,
12
one
o'clock.
at a
And
fucking
nails, 11 o'clock.
one at a fucking time there, guys. 45. Why can't I see them? And they're only slightly below me. That away. Is it because I rolled off the fucking steer point again? I bet it's because I rolled off the steer point.
We've got looks like, yeah, Bandit 2 ship, Bra, 045, 29 miles, 28,000.
Oh, literally right fucking in front of us. Thanks for that, Jester. You're a fucking goddamn sleep at the wheel out there. Fuck 'em. Fox. Oh, I turned off the yaw stability by accident. Okay, well, Phoenix is away. Let's see if we can nail the targets before they cause any trouble. One of them looks good.
Okay, he's locking us, 12 o'clock.
4,
Lights on.
3, 2, 1.
He's on our nose.
Clap.
Strike, 12 o'clock. Bandit is down. Missile launch, 12 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
Missile launch, 12 o'clock. Hot. Bandit is down.
Can you get a lock on that, you son of a bitch? No, of course not. Okay. Oh, well, we got the bombers, but now we got the fighters to worry about that we didn't fucking pick up at all. Going fucking defensive, and then that Sidewinder cool comes on. Okay, it's gonna be a really interesting fucking time now. I got 2 Sparrows, though. I suppose I can take a lock. They're dead, Jim. Good job. Come home. Actually, no, they're not. No, they are not. Okay, we're gonna go to Sparrows. Because I think we could probably stand a chance at zapping a fucker out here. Okay, Jester. Lock that son of a bitch.
Okay, he's locked. Target, 9 miles. Switching to PSTT.
Single target track here. It's good, and we're gonna try and line up the dot with the cross. Give it a bit of lead. Fox 1. Also, you. Get the fuck out here before they fucking shoot me. Come on. Slam that motherfucker. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, get the fuck in there. Yes! Alright. Okay, we're going in for Sidewinders. Speed's alright. Keep that shit low. We do not want to be fucking overspeeding all the way fucking way down there.
The bandit is going down. Roger that. I've got a lock.
No, you don't!
Copy.
No, you fucking don't!
I've got a lock. Unable.
Okay, fine, whatever. Don't do your fucking job right. See if I fucking care. Fox 2, send that shit right through a fucking rain cloud. See what happens.
Splash.
Holy shit, we got him. Oh, he ain't dead. He is not dead. Okay. So you want to tell me, well, you said you were engaging, but you might want to wave that off when you know I'm right here. I think the PID button is that one.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Closing. 300 knots. Unable. 330.
You're kidding, right? Alright, fine then. Point blank Sidewinder.
We're lively at 370.
Fox 2.
There's 410. Bandit is down. 450.
Okay.
Oh.
Buddy boy, you better be locked onto the right target up there.
6 o'clock low. And that's 370. And that's 330.
Man, that guy's going into the fucking ocean.
Speed 280.
Alright, so as we know, well, as we learned from the last tutorial, all we have to do is flip to tack again,
0 knots.
and that's home. See, all those, go fuck yourself. Get your ass over here. Now, what is it? Rejoin formation.
Flight. Join up.
Ships like dirt, 2 o'clock.
Okay, she started to slow down a whole lot back there. Let's get some fucking speed here. We're not that fucking high. Come on. She's just liking to pitch up for some goddamn reason right now. So what's the deal here? Just the airspeed, or just because we're a little heavy on one side? Okay, so let's see if we can fly home and land, and then we'll call it an evening, huh? Because then it seems that I can actually operate a Tomcat to an extent. Also, Jester, I suppose we could, for the sake of it, restore steer point, navigation grid, steer point, main, home base, surface target, initial point. Home base?
Roger. Switching to home base.
I'm assuming it's going to point the exact same fucking direction that we're facing. which it's not. Oh, it's because we have destination, not TACAN on. So since we're doing this again, have the autopilot auto trim while we're flying around. Now, just a switch here. Yeah, no, that's basically on the ball there. So my home base is obviously the carrier. That would make sense. So we follow the big wheel over here, or we follow TACAN. Or rather, I think we're doing it right anyway. How far? 89 nautical miles, though. Oh boy. We went out on a trip. So we're going to get this down below 20,000 feet, I think, and then just cruise until we come into visual contact with a carrier. And then we can begin the wonders that is the landing circuit again, because, well, we did it. Let's see if we can do it without smashing the plane into the ground and without assistance. Well, smashing the plane into the water or the side of the ship. Alright. Can't see our little pad, but 80 nautical miles, so that's going to be quite a distance. No, you stay right fucking there. No up or down, just straight. Not the most exacting piece of equipment, but close enough. Fuel's perfectly fine. I'm not sure how much is the total amount of fuel, and what's in the tanks, and what's in the, well, left and right fuel, obviously. Total, I'm supposing, is that plus the, yeah, that amount plus the fuel in the tanks. So there's quite a lot in there, and we haven't been draining the left or right supply at all. So we have 600 gallons worth of fuel in there, and I think this is pounds. So, something I'm just going to have to eyeball and learn what... Oh, this is full. Oh, this is not full.
Like the Eagle, I learned that whatchamacallit, she only holds 12,000 pounds of fuel, and if you're above that, it's in the tanks. If you're below that, the tanks are empty. You can drop them.
Yep, 69 nautical miles.
Just testing how much give the stick has in this situation, but not much. I could turn automatic carrier landing on, but that would be dumb.
That'd be cheating. That'd be like pressing the auto startup.
How much work did I just do only to just cheat? Come on.
Okay. 56 nautical miles.
Oh, I'm showing nails 11 o'clock.
That's gotta be our friendlies. That's the multiple ships that are surrounding our, carrier, plus all the aircraft in the air.
I think I might see our boat.
Or at least one of the aircraft hovering around said boat. Yeah, looks like some kind of formation out there, so I think we're getting a visual range of the fleet now.
Here I am holding the stick with the fucking autopilot on, Jesus goddamn Christ, but,
Gotta get acclimated to looking around here. It's a bit limiting with the headset not being the greatest thing in the world, especially when it's a wired headset. But, this is the joy of VR, being able to look the hell around, even though we're looking at nothing but flat, dead ocean and clouds. But also helps for staying the hell alive.
okay. Oop. Tracking loss, 28 nautical miles.
Is that it down there?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's got to be our fleet, or at least the aircraft around the fleet, but I think I see boats down there. I think that's our ship. 20 miles. Yep, no, I see our flat top. Okay, good. So we're passing about 10 o'clock. So we're going to line her up the correct way. So we're just going to go straight ahead and then give her a couple of miles and then come in at around 380. At 800 feet, and then we'll do it as rehearsed and see what happens. No training wheels anymore, no training wheels. That deck better be fucking clear down there. Looks like it's a helicopter flying around near it. Okay. About 10,000 feet, we're going to start descending. I'm going to be at about 5,000 feet, I suppose, when I start my turn, and then I can start descending. But I'm going to be way out behind her, so we'll see what happens after. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens when that happens. Takeoff mode. I believe you have to be in takeoff mode, I think. Or the landing mode. Duh, landing mode. Okay, that's the old beacon. So I'm gonna have to guesstimate, I guess. Because the beacon is out in the middle of the water, because that's where the old nav point was. So really what you're following is the TACAN. Alright, we're down at about 400 feet, or 4,000 feet. Alright. Autopilot comes off. Still want to descend some more, though. At least we got a marker for at least where it is. So we got to maintain somewhere around this speed, but also drop to about 800 feet. Get as much space as we possibly can before we begin this nonsense. 11 miles, that should be enough. But, of course, we're way too high. It's about 3,000 feet. So I suppose I'll start turning now and make it a little bit sharper. Feet. Okay. Bang on the guide beacon. We need to go down. Bring her down, bring her down. Yeah, you fucking deal with it. 900. And a little lower, a little lower. 800 feet. Okay. Maintain that on the approach. Follow the H. Or follow the 8. There is an H on screen, though, but that wasn't the one I wanted to follow. Okay, get her to about... Yeah, 350, but we're slightly off. Yeah, no, we're way off. We're at target speed, at least. Or around it. So, oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna be way flatter. It's also moving, too, which doesn't help here. But yeah, no, we're coming in at a much sharper angle, but I should be able to do this. Yeah, okay. That ain't perfect, but she's fucking moving, too. Okay, so once we pass over the carrier, we drop the speed brake. We're at target altitude now. So it's also moving, too, so we got to give it a little bit of room, too, because she's going to be further ahead of us. Okay. Here we go! Drop the brake. Oh, that bar moves. Okay, that's actually giving me the... Oh! Okay.
I'm showing nails 10 o'clock.
A little bit busy here, Jester. A little busy. Gears. Also, kind of gonna need that. Okay, we're kind of fast and then off our mark. Set that ship back to idle now. That should be enough to carry us in. Okay, there's the ball. There was the ball. Okay, son of a bitch, I'm gonna have to give you some throttle inputs. Oh, stop rocking. Please stop rocking and a-rolling. Get down. That's the nose too high. That's too low. Come on, you fucking son of a bitch. Go up. Oh, shit. Yeah, no. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. Oh, boy. No, 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 no. We just started falling out of the air. It's probably because we're fucking heavy. Let's see here. Ordnance. Jettison. Where the fuck's jettison tanks? I know you got the option back there.
Roger that.
Okay, you didn't do that. I thought I was gonna open a bigger menu.
Okay, so we got ourselves back out of there, and now we're gonna have to try that shit again.
There is no ordnance.
So now we're back at 16,000 feet. We're just going whip-de-fucking-do while I'm trying to figure this out. I would like to get the excess fuel out of the ship, but I guess I have to do it way... I guess we just have to take it way faster. So we're gonna fall out of the air if we go that slow because we have so much fucking fuel left on the boat and weapons. So we're gonna have to take that a little goddamn higher in terms of speed, or we will just stall and we will lose the ship. Also, that air brake is still out, isn't it? Yep, it is. Okay, that's good. Don't want to go too fast. So we're gonna have to come in a little faster here, or we're gonna just lose all of our speed and then drop. Problem is, though, I don't quite know where the ejection is, and I thought Jester has an option for it, but I don't seem to see the jettison tanks option.
I could bind it to a button, but that's, again, kind of cheating. Okay, so... that's the optimal angle, at least. I'm going to be taking this kind of fast. But we need a little bit of extra speed. Because we are just going to flop out of the air if we drop at like 200. So we're going to have to land at like 200. We're going to have to maintain that speed. So I'm going to have to put a little bit... I can't exactly zero the throttle. I'm going to have to put a little bit of ass behind it.
It's 800 feet. Level that shit out.
Coming in wide of the carrier again, but... just fucking moving, not really giving me a break.
Come on, get the fuck up there. So, air brake's already out. Gears. Well, I needed...
we've got nails, 9 o'clock.
right, too fast. I needed to begin the turn. Right. Right. Okay. Gears about there. Flaps. It's a little high for flaps. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep her at about 200, or she's just gonna fall right the fuck out of the air.
Where's that ball, you fucking geniuses? If you're saying that I should be up here all the way, but I'm at 2,000 fucking feet. I'm pitched the nose up way too fucking high.
This is gonna be scuffed. Yeah, no, I'm gonna come in on the fucking tower. But... No, I'm flying above it. See, I'm too high. That would have been good if I was lower.
Okay, try it again. This time, actually control the fucking altitude.
Nails, 8 o'clock.
Bring that speed brake out. Oh, well, that's a speed brake indicator. Oh, okay.
I didn't know where that was. Okay, one more time. I had the same problem with the fucking Eagle, but this is considerably more difficult because I have to hit a specific fucking target. But also, while we're doing this, yeah, it might be quaint to actually contact the tower. See if we can actually get landing.
010, inbound. Request landing.
What?
010, request landing.
My wingman just ejected, because he didn't,
Bingo Fuel's not.
out of fuel. I need to go back to base.
He just kind of said, well,
Fuck, I ain't got enough fuel and just left. Okay. You do that, AI. You do that shit. Also, I'm not controlling the altitude again. God damn.
Sorry, about 8 miles. Okay. Because, see, our approach is fine. It's just that the turn and then the speed become the problem. And also, somewhat the heading. Because we're not exactly lined on, but while I was dawdling, I got up to 2,000 feet and totally fucked up that approach. Your wingman just wanted to play with the ejection system, let's be honest. Something like that. Fuel's getting kind of low, too, so I can't be doing this all damn day long. Okay, so we're going to go down. We're still above target height. So we want to be at 500 fucking feet. Want to be at 500 feet by the time we commence that last turn. So we got to watch that altimeter real fucking close. Because that's what's fucking us up here, the speed. I'm looking at the speed, but I'm not looking at the altitude. And are you fucking turning on me, you son of a bitch? Or am I just off center again? See if I can correct this. Yeah, son of a bitch, I think you're turning. Okay, that's about where I need to be. Okay. Going high again. Air brake. Okay. Go around, watch the fucking
Oh,
altitude.
I'm showing nails, 11 o'clock.
Watch the fucking altitude. That shit down. We are really fast, but put the gears out, they'll slow us down. We want to be at 500 fucking feet. Gonna make sure we also don't. Okay, right about there. Okay, make sure we also do not go too slowly, or we will absolutely fuck the landing. Here we go. Come on, you son of a bitch. Behave. Behave. Stop fucking decreasing throttle.
I do not have time for that fucking phone call. Whatever the fuck that phone call is, it can wait.
I think I made that turn a little too wide.
Whatever the fuck that phone call was, it can wait. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay.
That looks good.
Ugh. Yes! Yeah, I didn't put more thrust in.
Wire wouldn't expect anything less tonight.
3-wire too, how about that? Totally fucking scuffed, but that was apparently the target. So, I totally fucked that up. I had to go around 3 goddamn times, and I smack right on the bullseye. I also didn't put enough emergency thrust in just in case I flew off the fucking runway, but you know what? I had faith. Or I really just wanted to fucking land. Okay. Well, we don't have to worry about 2 coming back, since 2 decided, he was gonna go for a swim. Yeah, he just wanted to go for a swim. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but we're done. Okay. Or I hope I'm done. Because they said come home. I came home. It was a bitch. I'm gonna assume that was a mission complete. I think. I'm gonna say. Because I intercepted them and I went home. If there were more targets that I had to deal with, yeah, we'll work on that. But took off from a carrier, followed the nav point, found the target, destroyed the target, followed the nav points home, and then eventually, at long last, put the fucker down on the carrier, right smack on the 3-wire. So okay. Again, I expected to slam into that runway like a comedic, just like a comedic montage of deaths over and over and over again. I haven't done that once. That is actually really shocking. But okay, it's
Far too late, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's going to be our show for this evening, and we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. Might play more Armor Vietnam with Jack and everybody else, but okay, I'm a newly minted nugget. Sure, fine. And also, thank you for the follow, sir. Couldn't really see your name over everything, but thank you for the follow. And for the rest of you, good night. I have been your host, Phontomen, and I'll see you next time.